Through this video lesson, I'm going to share with you a few important attributes that you need to keep in mind before you go for this important campus placement interview. I'm going to talk about 6 essential attributes. For the ease of remembering, I have codified them as DLP and 3 C's. DLP and the 3 C's. D in DLP stands for domain knowledge. Most organizations who come for campus interviews, they know it very well that students do not have enough experience, or maybe sometimes they don't have any experience at all. But what they want to know is, do these students have good knowledge on the subject matter, on the subjects that they're studying? So if you are a student of engineering and then you have applied for a developer or a programmer's job in an IT company, demonstrate in the interview that you have sound knowledge of programming languages like C++, Java, Python, or any other programming language which is relevant. Let's move on to the next one, which is L. L stands for learning appetite. As I said earlier, organizations know it very well that you do not or you may not have work experience. But what they're keen to know is, even if you don't have work experience, do you have the learning appetite? Do you have the hunger to learn more? If you have the hunger to learn more, even if you don't have experience, you can come up to speed quickly when you join their organization. So in the interview, demonstrate that you have enough hunger for learning. You have the appetite to learn more, to acquire more knowledge. So if you're participating in conferences and seminars regularly, if you're pursuing some MOOCs courses outside your curriculum, talk about it, because all this would demonstrate the fact that you have a desire to learn more and you have ability to learn more. That's important. Now let's move on to P. P stands for problem solving. Organizations don't want people who create problems for them. Organizations would rather like to have people who can solve their problems because they deal with so many problems already. So they don't want to have people who bring problems to them or people who crib about problems. So don't be the one who keeps cribbing about problems, but be the one who can solve problems. So demonstrate that in the interview. Talk about the problems that you have solved in your college, in your neighborhood. Demonstrate that you approach a problem in a very, very systematic manner. You have the ability to think critically. You have the ability to analyze the problem, slice and dice it, tear it apart into parts, and look for solutions. If you can demonstrate that in the interview, they would love you. So DLP, D stands for domain knowledge, L stands for learning appetite, P stands for problem solving. Now let's talk about the 3 C's, the other 3 important attributes. The first C is confidence. It's very important that you demonstrate that in the interview. Right from the moment you walk into the interview, the way you shake hands with them, the way you talk to them with poise and confidence matters a lot. They want people who are high on energy. They want people who are confident, who have got positive attitude. They want people who are the ones who take initiative, who are go-getters, and so on. So demonstrate that confidence, that passion, that energy in the interview. The second C is communication. You may have all of this. You may have great domain knowledge. You may be a great problem solver. You may have great confidence. But if you cannot communicate well, they would probably think twice before hiring you. So how do you demonstrate that? You will really have to demonstrate in the interview that you can think, and whatever you think, you can articulate that very well. So clarity of thoughts is very important, and your ability to articulate your ideas in words in communication is extremely important. So do demonstrate that you have the ability to communicate effectively, communicate with power, you can influence, you can persuade. They are going to love you. Now let's go to the last C. which is collaboration. This is extremely important. Today we're living in an interdependent world. Well, organizations are global organizations. Teams collaborate with each other, and people across different geographies, across different cultures, across different countries, across different time zones work together. They collaborate with each other. So it's important that you are a team player and you demonstrate that you in the interview by citing examples of the projects that you have been part of, how you have collaborated with your team members, with your friends, with your professors, with maybe students from other colleges and institutions to be part of different projects and programs. It's not enough to collaborate in a physical setting in one location. It's important that you have the ability to collaborate across cultures, countries, time zones, geographies, and so on. So collaboration is another important attribute that you must demonstrate in the interview. So friends, these are the 6 essential attributes of a candidate or a student who is really aspiring to get into the corporate world. And if you can demonstrate that you have these 6 attributes, you have got a good chance of getting selected. Wish you all the best for your campus interview, which is coming up.